two calamities meeting will be generational, people! We discover Dabura's title of strongest has burdened him just like Gojo. When Uyu said Dabura's loneliness will be satisfied for once, it's very important to understand what it all means. Because Dabura's parallel with Gojo goes way deeper than being feared as the strongest or treated like a weapon. In chapter 236, Gojo's own friends admit the uncomfortable truth. He loved fighting and he was genuinely glad he died to someone stronger because it meant his life finally ended in a way that made sense to him. That same philosophy lives inside Dabura. He wants to be a warrior, and a warrior needs an equal to define themselves. So just like Gojo during his battle with Toji, when everything clicked and he declared himself the honored one, even though Toji thought he was tweaking and high, Dabura is experiencing that same ecstasy.
Whoa, what is this?
Mahoraga whacks him straight into a flashback where we learn a bit more about his friendship with Dola. Dabura was never close to his tribe of Diskunte. For a matter of fact, he'd spend more of his time with Dola than his own people, since he never got along with them. Whenever Dabura tried to befriend them, they'd feel uncomfortable and felt hatred. As a result, Dabura's heart would be in pain and he doesn't actually like fighting. This circles back all the way to the original manga, where the strongest always feel lonely at the top. Just like Gojo felt isolation and was raised as a weapon, Dabura feels the same. So Gojo's statement that you can admire a blooming flower but you cannot ask it to understand you, that rings true once again. And then the peak writing just doesn't stop. Dabura calls his friend Dola amazing because he realizes the sense of fear and pain he is in now. But that wasn't the case for his best friend. Dola was a proud warrior, and even though he was going into a losing battle to die, he stood on business and gave a speech to the tribes for a better future. Their conversation about strength ties into the Simurian warrior ideology. On their planet, Lemurian women cannot wield curse energy, so their men have to be warriors by default. Their jujutsu is literally framed as a gift from the gods, and real men protect women and children because they can't bear the burden. So the men try to be worthy of a holy title their whole society worships. That's why being called a warrior is so important. Now the reading comprehension curse is at an all-time high right now. Dabura being scared here is actually brilliant writing because it perfectly mirrors Yuji's very first real fight against the finger bearer special grade. Now remember the moment where Yuji realizes that strength alone doesn't prepare you for death. Back then, Yuji wasn't scared because he was weak. He was scared because for the first time, he understood that he could actually lose and die. He starts panicking and even breaks down crying because the gap between I'm strong and I'm fighting something that can kill me, it finally hits him. That same emotional moment is happening to Dabura, since he has never actually fought for real before just one-tapping everyone. He hates hurting people because it's effortless and isolating, and he's judged just for being strong. This explains why he wasn't listening to Osuki and the council when they wanted to attack Earth, because Dabura never enjoyed it. Even his current feats are all off-screen because it happens with him barely even trying and his attacks are way too fast to see. And if you think about it, look back at chapter 9. Dola and Dabura's story parallels Gojo once again. Gojo wanted to change the corrupt system of society, and similarly, before dying, Dola exposed the chief in front of everyone, hoping for a future where they all get along. He explained how 10 years ago the invasion wasn't because of Kalyan, but because of economic ambitions with the special Mul Ore. The Diskunte's chief daughter is killed by the sacred beast, so they declare an all-out war. Simurians lost their entire world, becoming refugees drifting through space. And you know what the worst part is? It wasn't a natural disaster. It was man-made. A tragedy born from politics, betrayal, and the greed of nations. Power always comes with a price, and even the best intentions can turn into destruction. destruction. Cross once compared his life of bad luck with Yuka, who is dying of brain disease. This is the same way Yuji once described Sukuna becoming the king of curses as a case of bad luck. Now the same thing has occurred to Dabura, a benevolent king trying to create understanding and righteousness, but bad luck and fate deemed otherwise. So Gege, he's basically showing us the same truth again. What do people become when the world curses them and life gives them nothing but pain? He would literally be best friends with Yuji when they meet, as their lives connect more than anyone thinks. So that brings me to the other plot line that was left behind in the original Jujutsu Kaisen story. Remember, Yuki said that for actual peace to exist between all humans, they need to get rid of curse energy entirely. If that is done, then no one will have nukes in their hands, right?
Well, that's true in a way.
Uyui mentions in chapter 15 he's lonely, so if his comrades try to stop this duel with Mahoraga, it will be the straw that broke the camel's back. I mean, in chapter 9, we literally are told it's the Tsukunte tradition to settle disputes by each side choosing a champion in a one-on-one duel. If the Lemurians disrespect that duty of a warrior that Dabura has, he will lose his shit, as he's been nothing but respectful to their beliefs, but they won't do the same for his. So when that happens, option 2 will be the only solution left, where our MC, Yuji Itadori, making his entrance. The fact that the Sorcerer Council consider Yuji stronger than a death-binding vow amped Mahoraga is insane, as they still favored to choose Yuji as the champion instead of that. Now, there's no way Yuji will let a 16-year-old take all this burden for humanity. It was Gojo's dying wish for this to literally not happen. Even Kusakabe told the trio to go live out their teenage life, because they missed out on so much. Yuji can't even help Yuka's brain tumor. After all, those that can see the contours of the soul like him can use RCT to fix it. And since the soul is the body is the soul, Yuji can heal the shape of Yuka's soul to make her tumor go away in the brain. I mean, even Sukuna figured it out when he got hit in the heart by the soul katana, staying alive, right? Like, bro even cured literal death. So once this disaster of a situation will occur, this is Gege, so it will occur. It's not if, but when. In any scenario such as Mahoraga being defeated, or Yuka dying, or Dabura betraying his own people, Yuji will have to be the solution to create an understanding. Now, to enjoy more peak fiction, watch this video about Code Geass.